I don't know about you, but for me this week has been a week full of practicalities. Around the church, taping pews, moving hassocks, making sure that signs are up and sanitizer is out, working out capacities of buildings and undertaking risk assessments, thinking through what worship might look like, and dealing with new ways of taking funerals, weddings and baptisms. In that, I've been nothing different from many in our communities, marking out social distancing around shops and coffee shops and restaurants, sorting out PPE for workers, spacing out tables and products, marking out one-way routes. So much of our life at the moment is focused on practicalities. But amidst all this coming to terms with new ways of doing things, we also need to pay attention to the spiritual practicalities that enable us to come close to God and recognize God in our lives and in our communities. This Sunday, and each day from then onwards, we can gather again to pray and worship together. But the lockdown period will have been a cause for many of us to reflect on many things, the practicalities of our spiritual lives included. There may be important things we have found it difficult to do without. There may be things we have found surprisingly easy to let go. And there may be things that we have discovered or did not know were very important to us. Some of the examples that I know people have shared are the difficulties of worshipping without gathering together, the importance that the church building has as holy place, even for those who very rarely come through its doors, the reframing of our lives around daily times of prayer, the finding time and space for reflection, and noticing the things that we miss and still miss, the gathering together socially to share fellowship with one another, the singing by which we offer our voices to God. There will, of course, also be questions that we have, ones that might have been nagging at us now for some weeks, and ones which we may not yet have answers to. So as we tackle the new practicalities of daily life, so we need to find the time to reflect on the practicalities of our spiritual lives, those things that connect us to God, that allow us to be in his presence, those things that provide us a glimpse of heaven here on earth. Despite new ways that keep us at a distance, we need to share these things with each other so that each of us can find ways to draw closer to God and have ways to learn from each other, sharing our questions, sharing our answers, sharing those things that are important and those things that perhaps are less important, so that together we may deepen our faith in the one God whom we worship, as Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.